So welcome back to the channel, and today, mobile diagnosis, mobile repair. We'll see. So this is a Chrysler 200. It hasn't ran in a little over a year. And the reason why it was parked was because, if I'm not mistaken, according to the customer, a parasitic draw or a starter issue. Not 100% sure, but we're going to find out. And the complaint was that they would drive the vehicle, it start up fine, and then they go to fire it up and it just wouldn't crank. Like, they could leave it parked at a parking lot for like 20 minutes and then it just wouldn't crank. Could also have been a bad battery. Not too sure. But they said they would jump it would jump fine, and then it'd be fine for a couple of months, and then a short while later, it would just randomly die. So we're going to try to dive in and diagnose this and get this thing back up and running for the owner. As you can see, she's rough, and she's got a flat tire, so the owner hasn't showed up just yet. Another issue that has taken this thing a long time to get ready was that the key went missing, so they did have somebody come out and make a key for this. Hopefully it's programmed and all that type of stuff. We'll see. But let's go ahead. Until he gets here, let's at least get this thing filled up with air. We'll start with that. Maybe this thing is unlocked. No. So yeah, we'll have to wait for him on that. But yeah, let's at least start with that. You can see by the rust, she hasn't moved in quite a while. One PSI. Let's at least get her up to 20. I don't know if this battery is gonna be enough. Well, it's fully charged, but these batteries are old, so it's time for new ones. .5, and that like totally killed most of my battery. Oh well, but I don't hear any leaks, so that's a good start. I was taking a look at this car, and I was like, what the heck is this? This thing's got like little spikes. Okay, those are like glued on, so that's interesting. Spikes on the 200. Makes it more aggressive. Gives it more power. Probably not. Well, it looks like the tire's still holding, so that's good.
It'll probably be flat in about, well,
it might have a nail in it.
Flat in like a week. And then John filled it up, and it stayed filled. That's the guy who's doing all the work in the house. Yeah. It stayed filled for about 2 months, 3 months. And then
the weather, hot and cold. We've had like crazy weather lately.
Maybe.
All right, so let's pop this hood open. And this might be the OG battery. So we got a new battery. Let's just take this one out and start fresh. Holy moly, that was really tight.
Take it out to the car wash it.
Right, yeah, it'll give it a nice little wash. Oh man, my truck is loaded with computer stuff. It was actually a really good deal. Yeah, get your core charged. Man, these squirrels are like in love with you, dude. Let's get some of these out. It's on the side. I think it says 2021. But as long as it's been sitting, I'm sure it might come around.
You got a charger at home?
What's that?
You got a battery charger at home?
I do have a trickle charger, so you might as well get your core back.
$12 for it. If you think you can use it.
Nah, I don't have cars like that.
I mean, that's just the cheap battery. It was like 80. Well, I'm saying, but it was the cheapest one. It was like, what, 615 cold cranking amps, whatever.
Man, this thing is like...
It was like another $40 for the next highest one. It wasn't that much better, so I said, and then the best, then like the third one up was like 150.
Spark test. Woo. Something is on.
Yay! It's got juice.
Yeah, it's got juice. That's a heck of a spark. Let's go through the service to see how much oil we got. Yeah, we're missing about a quart, but we got enough to get it started. I mean, these squirrels are everywhere. Yeah. This one uses 0W22.
So that's what I use. It's for like.
Nah, actually, this is what it needs to fill it up, so I'd rather start it with a full tank.
You're hired.
Yeah. I mean, you could start it missing a quart, but it's
Well,
at least...
last week I got the oil changed. Because I still got the insurance on it. I did cut it down to just liability. It's going on the road. I have to go back to getting full coverage again.
All right, I just want to make sure there's nothing that's going to come back besides these acorns. That's funny. That's the first time I've seen that. All right, let's go ahead and fire her up. Hopefully, no pun intended.
Yeah, because especially I just took the full coverage off.
That don't sound good.
It's never done that. It's always cranked up right away.
There you go. Come on, girl. That sounds good. Yeah. Starting to smooth out. Probably some old gas.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's being a little funky. See if she goes into gear. Okay. Neutral. Drive. Low. Drive. Neutral, reverse. All right. Do we have AC? It's starting. Yeah, that thing is lame. Yeah, it's starting to cool off. AC is, yeah. That's good. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right, off to a good start. Let's go ahead and let's see if this thing is charging. Yeah, steady. This is gonna let me know if the alternator is charging the battery, so that would rule that out. If that was the electrical issue. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, perfect. Alternator test out good. All right, so we can roll that out. Now we got the car to sleep. Let's go ahead and see. It should start slowly going back to sleep. All right, let's see what our battery voltage is. And the lights went off inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's holding steady at 13 volts. No, I mean it's not draining. It's still at 13 volts. Charges right up back to 14 and a half. Take it up the street. And she's moving. I just think that battery was bad. It doesn't have a draw.
Because,
or maybe was she known to leave lights on?
I don't think so. She might have, but it would still read 11. I think it was just that because it would still read 11.2, 11.5. You know, when I would hook the halo up to it. And like I said, sometimes it would start, sometimes it wouldn't. And then even when I hooked I didn't use the halo for the jump a lot of times. I had a different one that I used, kind of like the one you the one you got. And I would use that, and sometimes it would jump it, sometimes it wouldn't.
Now, one thing I did notice was that the battery terminal was loose. I tapped it in and gave it a good tight, so it's tighter than it was before. That could do it too. Those battery terminals, it didn't want to sit properly, so I was able to wiggle it, but when I tapped it down, now it's secure. That could be the only other thing I see. But there's nothing that's left on that's killing the battery. Oh yeah, get it nice and clean. Ouch. That was Bondo. Yeah. It was a cheap fix they did. You can't see it from a helicopter.
Scrub it down.
She's gonna need a little more scrubbing. A little more loving. Alright, it's been sitting for what? 20 minutes? Let's see if she starts. If not, you could push and I'll steer. Since you're old and old people have strength. Will she fire up? Perfect.
Yay.
Yeah, probably just a bad battery, bad connections. Other than that, I think she's good to go. Well, all right, that was an easy fix. I mean, was it as simple as just needing a new battery? Sometimes it is. I mean, that battery was, I think it was 2021, now 5 years old. The car had been sitting for 1 year, so I'm convinced it was just a bad battery, or it could have just been those connections were loose. Either way, the car works. It doesn't have any parasitic draw, no check engine lights. We let it sit a couple of times, fired it right up, no issues. So loose connection, bad battery, possible. So hope you enjoyed this video. Glad this car is back on the road. Thanks for watching.